So you just bought a new camera and your photos look horrible and you don't understand all the numbers on your screen. Well, watch this video and I'm going to break it down in the most basic way so that after this video, you can go out and shoot with a little bit more confidence. So cameras have 3 big settings that you need to focus on. With these 3 settings, you're going to notice a trend. It has to do with how light is getting to the sensor and how it interacts with the sensor. Shutter speed represents the physical shutter that's inside your camera that makes the clicking sound every single time you take a photo. So what you need to know is that a slower shutter speed is going to keep the shutter up for longer, which is going to expose more light to hit the sensor. Now what happens with that is if you have a shutter speed that's too slow for what you're shooting and you're not stable enough or there's way too much movement or whatever, it is going to expose that movement to the sensor. So that's why this one is the most important one, because you're constantly going to be changing the shutter speed to let more light in. We're going to go on to probably the most basic one, but probably everyone's favorite one when it comes to lenses, and that's aperture. Now, aperture is referring to the aperture blades inside of the lens, otherwise known as f-stop. That's why you see the F in front of these numbers. With a smaller number, those aperture blades are going to be much more open, which is going to allow a lot more light to travel through the lens to hit the sensor. When you have a lens that is wide open, it's going to create separation between your subject and the background, allowing for a shallow depth of field or blurry background. Now, let's talk about ISO. And what ISO does is it increases or decreases the sensitivity of the camera sensor. In like the most simplest terms, this is going to make your image brighter or darker. Now, the con with a higher sensitivity of ISO is you're going to be introducing a lot of digital noise. Like if you were to look at the sun, it would cause your eyes to hurt, and if you looked away, you would have like imprints. That's kind of the idea we're working with, is the more sensitive it is, the more damage it can do to your image. Now, using all 3 of these settings is like a juggling game, but once you get the hang of it, you're going to realize what is needed in different scenarios. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.